This is Antonio Sarmiento, Artistic Director of the Cameco Capital Arts Center, and I'm here with three amazing special guests, the cast of Jonas and Barry in the Home, including, from the right here, we have the amazing Erin MacKinnon, David Nairn on the far end, and of course, the writer of the show, Mr. Norm Foster, returning to the Capitol for the second time after having been here on a first-name basis. So welcome to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's our honor to host these kinds of shows, and it's great that we get to put shows together, and we love what we do, but bringing in incredible shows is a very big part of our success, and having this incredible show with us is just a treat. So thank you for coming out, and I want to start with David. This is your first time at the Capitol Theater.
Well, I've been here before to see shows. I've attended it. I mean, I love the space. The theater's fabulous. It's a great experience to walk in and see a show here. I saw Mary Poppins and a couple of other shows. But it's the first time I've been on stage, and it's very exciting. It's neat to see it this direction.
And David, you're an artistic director as well.
Yeah.
Yes, and tell us a little bit about that.
I'm the artistic director at Theatre Orangeville. This is my 19th season. We do all Canadian work. We've premiered, maybe 10 of Norm's shows. We've done 22 of Norm's plays by my reckoning now.
Wow.
We're going into our 25th season next year.
Wonderful.
So,
That's great. And what drew you to this show specifically?
This show, Norm and I have talked for years about doing, we called it the Boca play. Norm and I, we've acted together, I don't know, how many times have we been on stage together?
Oh, in different productions?
Yeah.
It's got to be 9 or 10 different productions.
Oh, easily, at least, of different shows.
Different shows, yeah.
So we joked for years about the Boca play, that Norm would write a play that the two of us could do in retirement. We could move to Boca Raton, Florida, and just do the Florida dinner theater circuit until one of us or both of us face plant on stage.
And haven't quite landed in Florida quite yet, right? We're still
Not
stuck up
quite.
north.
We're working on it.
Working your way south.
Yeah.
That's great. And Erin, what brought you to this?
Well, I had the opportunity to work with Norm at Upper Canada Playhouse. We did one of his shows called Hilda's Yard together, and they needed someone to join the show about halfway through performances, and they called me. It was like such an exciting day to have Norm Foster call you and say,
Oh, I share in that moment the first time I reached out to Norm to come out to the Capitol Theater. We're so thrilled to have you all. Norm, your show. Tell this audience a little bit about what is this show about?
Well, it's about these two guys, a retired dentist and a retired stage actor. He's sort of a curmudgeon. I'm a very flamboyant person, and Erin's character is Barry's daughter Rosie.
Would you say that this is close to the actual personalities? Has this been a typecasting? Or?
You know what? I think it's reversed. I'm more a curmudgeon than David is. And
So
he's
make him play
more
the back.
flamboyant. So yeah, I can make myself look good in this show.
Writer's prerogative. There you go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and they meet in this seniors' home, and Jonas tries to bring Barry out of his curmudgeonly shell and get him to enjoy life a bit more. And Rosie's character is almost like a go-between for the two of them, and she's worried about her father, and she likes Jonas's personality, and she has her own story going on as well, her own problems at home. So it's a story of these three people, how they interact in this, and it's very uplifting. It's how to enjoy life.
It is such a hilarious play, and that's what we hear over and over again from the audience, is what a hilarious play it is and how much fun it is. Would you say that there's any one inspirational thing that drew you to this story? Any one thing that happened to you that this is why you wanted to write this? Because you write so many incredible plays. For those that don't know, and there are many out there, especially in our audience, Norm Foster is the most produced playwright in all of Canada, so we're very honored to have him in that respect. But when you write this amount of plays and this amount of shows that are done everywhere, what drew you to this one? What was the spark?
When I've written so many plays, I like to try and write something that I haven't written before. I don't want to cover the same ground. And with this one, I'm dealing with two older guys, and I'm actually writing about somebody who's actually my age now, for a change. So I think that what drew me to it was the possibilities of the situation of these two guys in a senior's home, and all of the humor and the pathos that could come out of a situation like that.
Wow.
The background on when we did on a first name basis, we premiered it at Theatre Orangeville, and Norm was in it, and at the last minute his accommodation fell through, and we had a sponsor who came on. It was a Chartwell, it was a senior's home, and we put him in there. And as a result of him kind of staying in a very high-end seniors residence,
Oh my goodness.
I think that's kind of where the genesis of the
Yeah.
idea
Just being
came
in
from.
it, just
being in
actually
it,
experiencing
walking the halls every day.
Well, that's
right?
what's so great because we hear so many great reviews about your shows, Norman, and in my experience with your shows, that the human quality, the way that the audiences can connect to what's happening on stage. There's always something that there's a connection there. So with this one, of course, people can relate.
Yeah, I think they can. You know, it's a universal subject, and when people see this show, they'll either know somebody who's like this, or they'll be going through it themselves, or their parents going through these things. So it's completely relatable to almost everybody around.
That's wonderful.
Norm's work is so true and so honest.
Yeah.
And it's the way we are, you know. I've often accused him of not really writing these plays, is that he just sits in a coffee shop and overhears conversations and writes them down. Of course, they're totally out of his.
You pull from
great
wherever you
imagination.
can, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
yeah, you do.
And I would take exception with you. I think he's probably one of the most produced playwrights in the world.
Oh, I'll
Not
take
just in
that.
Canada.
Will you take that?
Thanks. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Is there anything else that we would want our audiences to know about this? Why should they come see the show, or about the Capitol Theater itself?
Oh, listen, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
when we're on stage here at the Capitol Theater, the sound is so great when you're on stage saying these lines. It's almost like you're being in a booth mic'd, and you can hear it. The sound is terrific in here. I love this theater, and the high ceilings. It's just great.
It is a beautiful historic
It really is.
protected
The
property.
stars
And
and-
we're actually sitting, we didn't say this, but we're actually sitting on the set.
Just
So
the
this
set.
is not some lovely little place that we have. I wish we had this at the Capitol Theater. This would be a nice little, this is actually my office. I wish. No, but this is the set. And you have some incredible talented people that have worked with you to create and design these sets.
Yeah.
Can you just talk a little bit about
Well,
that?
David got the designer for us.
Yeah, this is the original set. There's been several incarnations of it. Becky Morris, who is my production manager and sort of lead set designer at Theatre Orangeville. This is her creation. Vandy Simpson, who's our resident costume designer. So it's we feel comfy in it, on it, you know, and it's great to
It's
have
a little
this
like
thing.
home, right? I mean, you keep coming home.
We brought our home.
There it is. There it is.
And it works so well in the space. Like these walls and the coloration of it. It's like
It's like it fit here.
It was
really
like it was
does.
made
It
for
really
this
does.
space. It's really awesome.
Erin, what is it like to work with actors of this caliber, and you're an actor of this caliber, of course, but the unique perspective here is, what is it like for an actor to work with the writer of the show in the show?
You know, I've worked with Norm twice on shows, and sometimes I forget that he wrote it. Like, I forget, and I'm backstage, and I'm like, wow, this is so smart, this writing, and everyone's out there laughing, and I look at Norm, and I'm like, you did this. Like, and yeah.
Well, I have to ask, because as our audiences are probably wondering this question as well, what is it like to get a line wrong when you've got the playwright like Norm Foster sitting right there? What is
Listen, I'll
that
tell you,
like?
I bet I get more lines wrong than
You heard it here. There. Norm gets more lines wrong than I do. Oh my goodness. Do you ever find yourself wanting to rewrite a line, or do you ever say a line in a show that you've done and go, oh, you know what, I like that better?
Oh yeah, I do. I've tweaked this a couple of times during the run. And I haven't touched it in about a year or so. But yeah, when you're on stage and you say, that's just not quite right. So I'll change it. Sure.
It's almost like you get to really workshop it over and over and over.
Absolutely.
And you're about the only person that can do that. We can't change the lines. You can certainly
That's
think
right.
that
You do it at your peril.
Yeah, the diversity of the wonderful dynamic nature of live entertainment gives us that ability to look at a show and continuously grow it or make it better, if you will,
Yeah.
connect more. So I think it's interesting. But nobody else can get a line wrong.
No, and if I get a line wrong, I just say I had to rewrite on the spot.
That's amazing. Wow. Well, we're really honored, as I said, to have you back, and we hope you keep coming back and doing shows here, because
Please.
it's a wonderful thing to have you. And I want to thank all three of you for gracing our stage and bringing this incredible show to life. Get your tickets for Jonas and Barry. It actually opens tonight. This is April 10th, right? Tonight is April 10th.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. We're doing this on opening night right here with the amazing Norm Foster and David Nairn and Erin MacKinnon. So get your tickets now. You can get them online at capitoltheater.com, on Facebook, or call the box office at 905-885-1071. Come out and see this incredible show, produced by 3P Productions. And we have a great treat for tonight. If you make it out for opening night, we're having a pie, a pint, and a plate. You get a pie, a little personalized pie. You get a pint of MacKinnon beer or a pop for those that don't want beer. And you get to enjoy this amazing play. So do come out, keep supporting the Capitol Theater and all our great productions that we have here. And thank you for supporting live theater. And thank you to all of you for being here. And
Thank
coming out
you.
to the Capitol.
Thanks.
Thanks, everyone.
Cheers.